Hey everyone, so I just had to really say, first of all, parenting is really hard and really difficult. And as a millennial parent, I am balancing the sternness that I've experienced when I was growing up and also giving kids a chance, right? But it is just so difficult sometimes because you want to find a balance. You can't be all, strict rules, all of that to where kids grow up and they don't have a voice versus no rules, do what you want to, get what you want to, and get a spoiled brat that don't know how to function in society, right? So I'm in the middle because I've always said, there is some good in getting discipline. There is some good in, not having electronics all day. There is some good in the discipline that we used to get while we was younger because we did not get everything that we wanted when we was younger. We didn't get anything that we wanted. We got everything that we needed. We didn't get anything that we wanted when we was younger, really. Like there were some things here and there, you know what I'm saying? But like these kids nowadays, they like, oh, I want this. Oh, I want this. And we get it for them. And I've had to learn to say no and be okay with saying no. I had to be okay with like, listen, no. And I'll just turn my head and walk away because you'll appreciate or you'll become a better woman growing up, getting older and maturing when you know what no means and know how to act when folks say no, because no is a part of the real world. But I just had to share, like, Saturday morning we woke up and she's with me. She does her chores on Saturday, but we had a birthday party to go to. It was just a different Saturday. And so, she was on the phone with her friends and I told her, okay, it's time to get off because we got stuff to do. I had to wash her hair, and so she got off the phone and then she came downstairs like crying and very sad. And she said, I didn't get to the 99th level with my friends and stuff. And I was like, Dallas, I said, and I really talked to her. I said, you are not going to be one of those kids that don't know how to function without a phone. I said, it is okay. In 10 years, nobody is going to care that you didn't get to the 99th level. Nobody's going to care. Nobody's going to care next week. They probably won't even care tomorrow. Okay? You got to learn how to function when it's time to get off the phone, when it's time to get off the games, you're going to have to know how to regulate your emotions and function because you're off the phone. I just saw a story where the kid just ransacked the house because the parent took away the phone. And I applaud the parent for doing that, but it's kind of like we got to get them before they get to that level. We let the electronics and everything babysit our kids. And then when we want them, parent up, and this stuff happens. And we trying to set the right tone in our homes and everything, but it's not working. And I had to tell her, I said, you will not be one of those kids. You will not be one of those girls that do not know how to function. This is why I don't let you do that all the time. This is why, because you don't know how to get off. And I explained that to her in the moment because she needs to know why I say no and why, because I don't like this reaction. And so I'm a firm believer, everything starts at home. You're going to get disciplined in everything at home because I want you to be a great kid when you're out in society and I'm not here and I'm not watching you. I'm not always going to watch you. That's why I pray over her. But I said, you will not be one of those kids. Learn how to regulate your emotions. And, started washing her hair and everything and she was fine. But you got to start somewhere. I know it's hard, and I've been guilty of, she can be on this tablet all day. I do not care what I do care. But there are some times where I'm like, let you be talking to your friends, let you be on the phone, let you be watching your YouTube shows, okay? Because sometimes, but it's not all the time. And us parents, you have to be so intentional that you behavior starts, the discipline starts at home. It doesn't start anywhere else. And before they get out in the world and the world present what the world wants to present to them, they have to know that there's something contrary to that, because kids go out, accept what the world tells them, and move on with their life. So that's my charge to parents, because like, we got to get a grip. I know it's so easy, but I'm like, we the same human beings that were raised in the 80s, and and then our mothers and fathers somehow did it. They did it. It was harder, but they did it. We giving kids, everything that they ask for. How are they going to know what appreciation is? They don't know what appreciation is. So that's my little parent rant. Like, I'm sick of, okay? I'm just trying to do my part in my child, okay? So if you see me on the street, just knowing that I'm doing my part as a parent. But we got to get a grip. We got to get a grip on our kids, because we're producing the next generation. And if we do not instill the discipline, the rules, the instruction in our homes, they're going to go out and do whatever they want to in society because they think that they can.